Hi there. A question I often get in Bellevue Institute of Distance Learning is what can I do with the pass mark I got in Matric? Now, broadly speaking, you have a pass, you have a certificate pass, you have a diploma pass, or you have a bachelor's pass. And those are giving you indication of the kind of thing you can study. But obviously, even if you have, let's say, a bachelor's pass, it does not mean you can study any degree. What it means is there are some degrees depending on your subjects and depending on your marks for which you qualify. But I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to start underneath Matric pass. What can I study if I haven't even passed Matric? If you have a grade 10 or if you have a grade 11, with the Bellevue Institute, you can study the Institute of Certified Bookkeeper programs. There is office administration, there's bookkeeping and accounting. We know those are scarce skills. We know those are skills that are in demand. So you know those skills lead to real jobs. And what I love about the ICB program, of course, is you start at a level lower than Matric. You don't need a Matric pass to get into the program. But when you finish with it, you probably finish at a certificate, another certificate, you end up with a national diploma. So you actually end up with a real qualification at a much higher level than Matric. You're not getting Matric along the way, you're doing alternatives to Matric. Cool, so that's a person who doesn't have Matric. You've passed Matric, what can you do? You can certainly enter into one of our NATED certificates, meaning the NATED programs are your national diplomas, but the diploma sits at the end of a series of studies. You do it. Once you have your Matric, you can do an N4 certificate. If you've passed your N4 certificate, you do an N5 certificate. If you've passed the N5 certificate, you go on to the N6 certificate. If you pass your N6 certificate and you do 18 months of practical work, then you actually get your national diploma. So for me, if you've passed Matric, whether it's a normal pass, a certificate pass, a diploma pass, you start at that national certificate level and you can work your way up to a national diploma. Let's talk for a second about if you're in Matric, how will you know what do you need to get a certificate pass or a diploma pass or a bachelor's pass? Let me take you through some of those details. For the higher certificate pass, you must obtain 40% in your home language, 40% in 2 other subjects, and at least 30% for 3 other subjects. And you must note that one of your languages must either be English or Afrikaans to qualify for a high certificate pass. Cool. So that's how those are the marks you need for the certificate pass. Let's look at the diploma pass requirements. For diploma pass, you need at least 40% for your home language. You need at least 40% for 3 other high credit subjects. Not all subjects are high credit subjects. And you must obtain at least 30% for 2 other subjects. Cool. You want to aim for a bachelor's pass. What you're going to need is you need at least 40% for your home language. You need at least 50% for 4 other high credit subjects. And you must obtain at least 30% for 2 other subjects. So there's your broad guidance. If you're still at school, now's the time to think about what pass you're aiming for. There's still enough time to pass. There's still enough time to study. Certainly, you need to look at those old exam papers, which I will always say is the best way of studying. Thank you.